How's it going, guys? Welcome to another video. I wasn't planning on filming this video today, but I was filming another video and decided just to get this one out of the way. But if you are a Ricoh GR3 or GR3X user, then you should know that there is a brand new update for the Ricoh GR3 and GR3X, and a part of that firmware update is the new film simulation from Ricoh called Negative Film. This is a download that is free. You get a film simulation, another film simulation for free, and I'm gonna be honest, I'll let the results speak for themselves, but I'm actually a really big fan of the way this looks, and I think it's actually a film simulation or a picture profile that's been missing in Ricoh's arsenal. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about it in this video and kind of show you some samples of a photo walk I did a couple days ago with some of the JPEGs, and I'm also going to compare it to the positive film simulation because I think they're pretty opposite from each other, if I'm gonna be honest, and I think I like the negative film one more, but we can discuss down in the comments which one you think you like more. So enjoy the video. So I hope you enjoyed that little sequence of me shooting around the city. Not all of those photos were with the negative film simulation. I kind of messed up and didn't shoot the entire day with RAW plus JPEG. But what I did for the rest of this footage, or for the rest of this video, is I ended up using the Ricoh's RAW development to then re-edit the photos in camera with the negative film simulation so we can take a look at them. I'm going to just scroll through them on my phone and also have them on the screen. I'm not going to go photo by photo, just kind of give some broad sense of like how the film simulation looks, and then I'll talk kind of showing some images comparing the two film simulations, positive film and negative film. Overall, you can see from these photos, especially with this Birdman, who is super funny. There's two of them in Washington Square Park. You can kind of tell already the type of look this is. Kind of reminds you of negative film, not negative film, classic neg, I think is what it's called, from Fujifilm. That's sort of the vibe it reminds me of, but it's very muted tones, kind of washed out highlights, and not too much saturation, and so that's kind of the general look that this is going for. It was a very cloudy day, the day I was shooting, so you know, that definitely has an effect. But yeah, overall, really like the look, like the muted tones. If you see like the skateboarder photo, you can kind of like zoom in on the kid's jacket, and that blue is just very muted, very dull, and I personally like the way that looks. I'm a fan. I mean, I kind of go back and forth between a lot of saturation or no saturation. There's been a long period in my like photography career where I was like editing very muted and very flat, and this picture profile kind of reminds me of this. I actually personally like the skin tones on this profile. It's definitely a little more muted than like the positive film, so maybe not necessarily always true to life, but I do like it. So just to do a couple comparisons so you can kind of see the obvious difference between the positive film simulation and the negative film simulation, which, if you don't know, positive film, if you're a Ricoh shooter, I'm sure you've shot it, is like probably the most popular picture profile on the Ricoh. So right away you can tell with this guy eating his lunch, right away you can tell the sort of skin tone difference. And the positive film image, his skin tones are very saturated, almost a little bit like red and orange. And then in the negative film, kind of, again, desaturated, and I think that kind of brings out some of the green tones in his skin. So definitely a big difference in the skin tones. Then moving on to this next one, I like this photo for comparison just because you can really see different like color saturations. You can see the red or orange sweater this guy is wearing is way too saturated in my opinion. Same thing with sort of that green. The green actually looks pretty good in the positive film. In the negative film one, you just see it's like a just washed out, desaturated, and you can see that orange sweater is, you know, kind of back to where it should be, kind of normal. The green is a little more desaturated, a little bit more almost like aqua in the negative film one. Overall, I think negative film looks better here. Again, that's just personal preference on my end. And then here's where you can really see the difference between positive and negative film. So this was a shot I took in the East Village of this sort of green classic car in the foreground, and then this graffiti or street art in the background. And you can tell the difference right away, how much more saturated positive film is compared to negative film. And for this image, I would personally edit this probably closer to positive film. I like this positive film look here over the negative film, even though the negative film does kind of give like a really cool vintage look, and I think it works. I just think that pop of color and like color contrast in the positive film works really, really well. They're both valid. They both look pretty good. I think that's more just because the subject matter is interesting and the way it's shot. But I definitely think positive film works better here. And I think it's great RICO gave us this negative film simulation. Very happy with it. And I hope RICO continues to add, more film simulations to our cameras soon. It's so easy to just do a firmware update, and then we have a brand new feature on our cameras, which is great. If you didn't know, the reason RICO dropped that film simulation is because they announced the new RICO GR3 Diary Edition, which is one of their special editions with like the new looking camera and everything. Super, super cool looking. I was trying to get one, but unfortunately couldn't do so. I'm trying to maybe find one on eBay in a few months. But with that being said, the comment section in that post bothered me a ton, and it was a lot of people talking about things they hate about the RICO GR and how they're sick of these like new special editions, and instead they already want the GR4, and they want like weather sealing and like 4K high frame rate video and all these features. And so what I'm going to do in the next video is talk about the reasons why you shouldn't buy a RICO GR3X or GR3, because there's a lot of negativity I feel around this camera for the people it's not intended for. And I think if you're not, who this camera is intended for, you're going to hate this camera. And so I'm going to make a video talking about that. In my last video, I did 3 reasons why you should have a GR3. So make sure you check out that video. But I'm going to conclude this one here. Let me know what you guys think about the pictures. I know I kept this one kind of short and didn't really give much input, honestly. But I just want to, kind of make a quick video to sort of show off the new negative film simulations and compare them a little bit and give my 2 cents. So yeah, let me know down below what you guys think. And if you were using it, let me know, share some photos, tag me on Instagram or something. We'd love to see them. So with that being said, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.